Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tom learns how to use editing software and types middle school level essays in a few weeks and then, uploads it. Yeah. Seeing how it's Christmas time, I was hoping to talk about something a little more festive and fun, be a little seasonal and on time with my topics, more than I usually am anyway, but there are some more pressing matters at hand. This channel, dedicated to, activism, or something, has gotta activate. Fuck you. One of my favorite creators on this website is Mumkey Jones, someone who uses elements of satire and dark comedy to make videos mocking sensitive topics, as well as documenting them, most prominently the story of Elliot Rodger, the 22-year-old incel who killed 6 and injured 14 others because of his warped perception of reality and relationships, all of which was documented in his manifesto, titled My Twisted World. I've been watching Mumkey for around a year and a half now, and unlike a lot of creators that I've found in that time, he hasn't ever become boring or stale to me. He's continued to pump out good content on a consistent basis, and he pretty much always at least gets a good chuckle out of me. He's always evolving his videos from his original Mumkey's anime review series, where he parodied anime reviews for 50 entire episodes, to his Elliot Rodger phase. Honestly, there's a lot to admire him for, and for any small creator today, his path and the way that he goes about creating content is pretty inspiring. Or at least, that was the case. Not that I don't like Mumkey anymore, but rather he's no longer a creator on this website. On December 11th, 2018, both of his main channels were terminated by YouTube out of the blue, after he received 3 strikes on both of them without any real explanation. Just a few days later, after rebuilding 80,000 of the original 300,000 subscribers on his main channel, his 2 new channels were also terminated by YouTube themselves. After repeatedly trying to reach out to YouTube on Twitter, they responded to Mumkey a few times, where they completely missed the point, seemingly on purpose. Should have been in the email you received, but we don't allow content that appears to be posted in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner, including promoting, glorifying, or encouraging violence. Now, if you've ever seen any of Mumkey's Elliot Rodger videos, then it is clear that he is in no way doing any of these things. His videos are mocking Elliot and his ideology completely, and in no way do any of his videos unironically support mass shootings. They are completely satirical and comedic in nature, and they certainly aren't glorifying or encouraging violence, as YouTube suggests. If anything, the main purpose of his videos, as he states, is to end the constant bickering about mass shootings and push it all away from politics. He was simply being humorous in regard to some very serious subjects, and while you love to cite your community guidelines, after looking through them, the section "Don't cross the line" is clearly what you were referring to, but after reading not only that section, but also the entire page, it's clear that Mumkey didn't violate any of these, unless a literal robot was looking at the videos and just observing the basic metadata, completely ignoring tone and just reading caption. However, if an actual human reviewed these videos and referenced the community guidelines, like you claim that they did manually, then they would have come to the conclusion that Mumkey did not break any of the site rules, and not only should he have been reinstated, he never should have been deleted in the first place. Keep in mind, this is the second time his current main channel has been deleted. But originally, it was brought back by YouTube, because they realized that he wasn't actually doing anything wrong, something which they've decided against this time around. And while, admittedly, I am rather biased on this issue because I know Mumkey and he's helped my channel a lot in the past, this should be important to everyone who watches independent content creators on this website consistently, which I'm assuming is everyone watching this video. This clearly has nothing to do with the rules of this site, as YouTube likes to pretend. This is about censorship and the news media. Allow me to explain. We currently live in an age when journalism online has come down to terrible lists about meaningless subjects and unironically slandering people for no reason with no jokes and pretending that it's factual. The circle of publications like the Wall Street Journal, Gawker, and BuzzFeed now dedicate their time to trying to stir up controversy about relevant figures that they personally dislike for the sake of getting clicks on their dying platforms. Because the sad reality, for them, of the situation is that written media is a dying race that no one gives a shit about, because simple news feeds like Twitter, Facebook, and sites like YouTube have replaced people's needs to read endless lines of boring schlock that these people write. As such, they have resorted to trying to tear down the reputations of others for completely illegitimate reasons, and opinions that they themselves probably do not hold. The most subscribed YouTuber on the website, PewDiePie, has been the subject of various waves of hit pieces where he has been called a Nazi, alt-right, a white nationalist, a racist, and a variety of other ways to slander him by calling him the worst names possible that Twitter-verified losers can pull out of their asses to rank high in search results and get a click from a naive boomer who has never heard of PewDiePie before. 2 of the most recent examples of this being when The Verge made an article about Felix supposedly supporting alt-right beliefs because he shouted out an anime review from someone who incorporates edgy humor into their content, who's probably alt-right, but that's not really relevant to an anime review. As well as when extremely well-respected journalist Joe Bernstein, Beautiful Joe for PlayStation, tried to expose PewDiePie for supposedly laughing at the Happy Merchant meme, and was then caught fucking lying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, hey man, I really appreciate your content. You've gotten me through some tough times, and I respect the
Man, this is important! I need to know more about this!
These forms of media, like television and written news, are dying breeds that are going to be replaced by different internet venues, namely YouTube. And so while TV decides to try and integrate by spamming YouTube with short clips from their shows, these companies cling to every little thread of relevance that they have left by lying. Wonderful. But despite all of this media backlash and the offensive attitude that so many news outlets have had towards YouTube and all of its creators that aren't complete dictators, PewDiePie hasn't been deleted, because YouTube can't. He's their most subscribed creator and definitely one of their most popular. He's no doubt made untold millions of dollars for them, and the amount of outcry that there would be if he was deleted would be unlike anything that has ever happened in history because of this community's universal respect for him and his brand. And while Mumkey is respected as much, if not respected even more by his peers and friends, his audience size pales in comparison to Felix, and as a result, YouTube feels comfortable with getting rid of his channel, one with 300,000 subscribers. Luckily for Mumkey, he has an extremely loyal fan base because of how funny and well done his content is, hence why he has managed to quadruple the earnings of his Patreon page. But seeing how they've been banning people like Sargon of Akkad on the promise that he literally said one word that some people find controversial, it's probably only a matter of time before Mumkey is kicked off as well. At the end of the day, all of this is a result of YouTube and companies like it trying to avoid controversy as much as possible and trying to go mainstream and just be like television. YouTube Rewind over the past few years has pretty much just been a family-friendly celebrity circle jerk, starring well-known YouTubers like Will Smith and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
Looking at the trending tab is a perfect example of this as well. It's filled to the brim with talk show clips of people who have nothing to do with this site and are simply creating a way out of TV if it dies and they have to jump ship. Within 30 years, cable TV will probably no longer exist, and all that will be available is the internet and all of the companies that have planted their flag here. YouTube as a company is collectively trying their best to appeal to Hollywood and all of mainstream culture, but by doing that, they're eroding all of the identity that people have created and all that people come here for. Despite millions of dislikes and a clear community opposition to all of this squeaky clean bullshit that they perpetuate, they continue to ban people for no reason because they could be even slightly controversial. Mumkey is just the start, and now, more than ever, we need to come together and talk about this shit. I'm aware that a few people like Emplemon and Rusty Cage, as well as Tim Pool and Sargon, have made this situation public, as well as Felix himself, but this is about more than just Mumkey and the people who like him. Allowing YouTube to get away with deleting someone's livelihood is something that is fucking unacceptable, and I won't stand for it. Setting the precedent that this will just be forgotten is not something that I'm satisfied with, and if you're a fan of Mumkey or even just a supporter of free speech and online content creation, you should be up in arms and fucking furious like I am. Deleting channels is nothing new for YouTube. They've deleted I Hate Everything's channel before, which was a rather big point of contention for the YouTube community a few years ago when it happened, but his channel was pretty promptly reinstated and all went back to normal. Evidently, the rules of YouTube are changing without them writing them down or telling any of the creators who use the site, and now we have to try to play catch up and deal with the consequences of decisions that were made retroactively. Consequences which are near impossible to avoid unless you spend all of your time unboxing toys and reviewing iPhones. And while quite a few people have talked about the situation, YouTube has remained firm in their decision. Honestly, we'll know that this has enough publicity when Mumkey gets his channel back. And this is especially retarded considering that a Spanish YouTuber who posted videos of him literally abusing his cat and killing it still has his channel back up. Like actual death. A small animal being crushed to death. Imagine my shock. Some people will say that YouTube is a private company and that they can do what they want. And if you're going off of a legal technicality that was created before massive corporations controlled the world, then you'd be right. But when you have a monopoly on not only the ways that people can access information, but also what information can be accessed, you give up being a private company. If you still think that internet conglomerates don't operate like INSOC, then you're either unaware of how connected these people are, or stupid. Alex Jones was banned from all of his main venues within 24 hours at basically the exact same time, from companies that are, at least openly, independent of each other. Free speech no longer exists. Next person who sends me that dumb comic strip gets banned from the internet. I'm aware that YouTube has remained adamant that they don't want his channel up anymore, but this shit is worth a shot. So I want to get a hashtag going. Seeing how my channel is relatively small, I'm not sure how much I can really do, but it's worth a shot. I want everyone to tweet right now, whether you have 1 follower or 100,000. At YouTube, reinstate Mumkey Jones's channel. Hashtag justice for Mumkey. And even if this hashtag doesn't work, then at least more people will know about Mumkey and he'll be able to gain some new fans and Patreon supporters. Be sure to check out all of the links in the description if you've been wondering where he went, and if you've never heard of Mumkey prior to this video, then be sure to check him out. He makes some of the funniest stuff on the internet. Hashtag justice for Mumkey. thanks for watching. Probably won't be any more videos this year because I'm tired and I don't know. But yeah, this was a bit of a shorter one, so I apologize for that. I know I've been doing a lot of long ones lately, but there's not a lot that hadn't been already said on this topic, and I basically just wanted to explain the basic premise and raise awareness for the issue because it's something that really frustrates me and I'm, pretty passionate about. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TurkeyTom if you aren't already, and you can check out my new Patreon link in the description as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for 70,000 subscribers. That's an insane amount that I still have a hard time believing is real, so thanks, boys. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special.